Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn grade 8 civics lesson number 2, understanding secularism. What is secularism? Secularism is the away apart from the state. There is no state religion that we have already learned in the first lesson. It is one of the fundamental rights of our constitution. Imagine yourself as a Hindu or a Muslim living in a part of the United States of America where Christian fundamentalism is very powerful. Even though you are a citizen of US, you are not they are not willing to rent their house. What is your reaction? First, you might react by saying that Christians should get the same treatment in places where Hindus and Muslims are in a majority. This is a form of retaliation. Or you may fight, stating no one should be discriminated against on the grounds of their religious. So, this statement is the assumption and domination related to religion. This is the essence of secularism. This is the introduction given for the secularism. Then, in that first part, they have given in the world level example of discrimination, exclusion on the grounds of religion. Again, discrimination, exclusion on the grounds of religion. For the discrimination, Hitler persecuted Jews. It was happening in Germany. Then the second one, exclusion, how the Christians were ill-treated in the minorities in Israel. Third, on the grounds of religion. That means in Saudi Arabia, Muslims were not allowed to build temple and church. This was the introduction of this lesson, how the discrimination, exclusion and persecution on the basis of religion. Next, we have to see what is secularism. What is secularism? Before that, these acts of discrimination take place more easily when one religion is given official recognition by the state. What is secularism? The Indian Constitution allows the Indian Constitution allows individuals the freedom to live by their religion, belief and practice as they interpret this. In keeping with this idea of religious freedom for all, India also adopted a strategy of separating the power of religion. So the Indian Constitution allows the freedom that we can follow any religion belief. You can practice and follow as you like it. The government did not interfere in this affair. So that's why secular is a separation of state from religion. Separation of religion from state or state from religion. Then why to separate religion from state? Why we have to separate? What happened if it is together? Let us see. The first one was why all country more than one religion. Yes, this is the important for a country to function democratically. All the countries of the world will have more than one religious group living in them. In India, in India, we have so many religions: Christians, Muslims, and also the is Christians, Muslims, and so many community living together. So these religious groups, there will most likely to be one group that is a majority. That is the majority. If these majority religious group has access to given state power, then what happen? They can easily use their power and financial resources and they discriminate against another religion. This tyranny will result in the discrimination or coercion. Coercion is a forceful attempt. The majority could quietly easily prevent minorities. The majority can easily prevent the minorities. Then, what is Indian secularism? What is in February? So, in US Constitution prohibits the legislature from making laws respecting an establishment of religion or that Prohibit the free exercise of religion. What is meant by the word establishment? The legislature cannot declare any religion as the official religion, nor can they preference to one religion. In USA, the separate between state and religion means that neither the state nor religion can interfere in the affairs of one another. This is because, unlike the strict separation between religions and the state in the American secularism, so Indian constitution interfered in the Hindu religious practice in order to abolish untouchability. In Indian secularism, though the state is not strictly separate from religion, it does maintain a distance, principal distance vice versa in a religion. This means that any interference in religion by the state has to be based on the ideal laid out by the constitution. So in the Indian constitution guarantee the fundamental rights, that is the secularism. Then indeed it is such a violation happen frequently. We need a constitutional mechanism to to prevent them, to put an end to them from happening. That's why we are having the right to freedom of religion. With this lesson I finished this one. Then I have given one sheet. In that homework sheet you have to write the answer. Thank you. Then we have to go through a little chart about the secularism. The word secularism was first used by the British writer John Jacob Holyoake. Holyoake, it was the, and from the reference book only, it was taken at this point in 1851 to describe the social order without criticizing the religious belief. So the first word, this first secularism, the word coined by the British writer only. Then in our Indian constitution, the secularism was made as one of the fundamental right, right to freedom of religion. It refers to separation of religion from the state and protect the freedom of individual. State does not enforce any particular religion. State does not enforce any particular religion. Then one religion community does not dominate another. It is one of the main objective of the secularism. It prevents discrimination of lower caste and untouchability. In India, government, court and police station, schools and offices not to promote any one religion in the form of morning prayer or any religious celebration. So that's why we are singing only Tamil Tai Valtu, not any slokas or anything in our school prayer also. You know, then Indian Constitution grants the rights to religious community to set up their own schools and colleges. Then we need a constitutional mechanism to prevent religious based discrimination and untouchability. That is the right to freedom of religion in our Indian Constitution. So go through the lesson and write the answer for the sheet. Thank you.